Yeah, as much as I can, yes. As much as I'm allowed. You know, well, we're immediately going into the fact, that Michael and Nikita are now a partnership. That also has to include Alex. So, it's the introduction. It's how does Alex find out about them being together, and then what do they do? And I know in the next episode, or one of the episodes coming up, we're working at getting her out of division now, and having this kind of trifecta team working together. But she is brought back in on a mission that she has to do. Otherwise, it'd be very obvious to Percy that there's something going on, and so we have to kind of protect her throughout the entire mission. From there, I mean, it's the best way of saying it is that the way this season's going to end, it's going to look nothing like it started, and there are going to be all sort of splits in different factions. I know in this kind of finale, Percy's plan is to take over the CIA, and Alex at this point, these are all okay, right? Okay. Alex at this point, I'm like, this all sounds wrong. Alex has gone rogue, so we can figure out what that means later. And myself and Nikita are incapacitated in some sort of sense, not together, separately, that we can't help anybody out. So it becomes a pretty dynamic cliffhanger, really.
So in your real life, have you become more aware of conspiracy things? I mean, this is like there's this conspiracy under, that they want to take over the CIA. Does that make you maybe believe in them a little bit more? Or?
In our real world?
Yeah.
I've always been partial to it. I've always, I mean, it's certainly enjoyable whether you believe it or not. I mean, it's intriguing to study that, study those things and think about it. I mean, I've always been aware of conspiracy theories, but they are those. That's what it is. So it's sort of like I don't know if those things are true, and sometimes those conspiracy theories are a little sad and scary if they are true. I think some people don't want to know about.
So with Michael as a double agent, how is that for you? What do you use to get into that mindset?
I just pretend. I think one of the most exciting things about this show is that being a kid again, and these are things that I grew up pretending to do and be all the time, and I never thought I'd maybe get into that at 32. I thought maybe that would happen a little bit when I was older. So to be able to have this opportunity and be second in command and under Percy and actually organize and control people around me and get to fire guns and do all these action sequences is a dream come true.
So going forward, is he looking to stay in division and tear it apart from the inside, or is he maybe hoping to work with Nikita more?
Well, I think it's both currently. I think now that we're working as a unit, that's what we're going to try and do is take apart division from the inside. Things may change. We may have to do something different. That's the plan currently.
We saw a little bit of Michael's life before division, that normal life. Do you think he still longs for normal life, or better yet, is he capable of it now that he's been through everything that he's been through at division?
Well, both parts of that are a good question. I think a part of him does long for that. I don't know if he is capable currently. I think if he was, the only other love he had in his life was Nikita. So I think maybe tragically, or maybe it'll work out all right, that they could potentially have that relationship and get some sort of sense of normalcy, which she never really had, but he did. And now that he's gotten revenge, he's always been a strong character, but he's a little weaker in a sense because he doesn't know where he's going at this point. I mean, I know that he needs a lot of trust with that he's giving to Nikita, and I think he's just such a passionate guy that I think he's a survivor, that he's always going to be okay. But I think over time he will lean towards wanting to have kind of what he had before he was taken away from him.
Like you said, the show moves very fast. Besides